Hello, we are live and hopefully the sound is working because I didn't check.
And I think the sun has just dipped enough that I will continue to have the sun absorb and go up. I don't know what is happening to the sun.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, there it is.
Okay, if you're out there and you can hear us, please let us know if you can hear us because I guess I'll check on my phone if you can hear us. But my name is Michelle Ross. You can call me Dr. Michelle, I guess. Who are you?
I am going to go by Dr. Smiley, and you can call me Dr. Smiley.
Okay, I believe it. Anyways, you've reached Amplifluence. Amplifluence is amplify your influence. How did we come up with that? What does it mean? Ken.
Well, we had a brainstorming session with Todd Westra, our third and silent partner at times, who is a genius at creating funnels, sales funnels, and causing traffic to turn into opportunities and abundance. So we just had a great conversation with him today.
We did. It was awesome to talk to him again. And what you're wondering where we are, because we're in this dark gray room with the sun slowly going up Ken's face, is we are in Baltimore. Why are we in Baltimore? If you've been watching any of our social media, we've been traveling.
But anyone, you didn't need to explain it because if you see that background, only Baltimore has this background.
They don't see our background. It's gray.
I know. So
thank you, Cammie.
This is a makeshift studio appearance because we want to keep the integrity. And thank you, Katie Brooks, for calling and asking what time the show was because we didn't know what time the show was.
I didn't even realize it was Wednesday.
Well, Katie is looking forward to our Wednesday show being on Tuesday, by the way.
Oh, really? It's not going to happen. It has to stay there.
Yeah, it does.
So anyways, why is Michelle in Baltimore? Ken's normally in Baltimore because this is everything we've done. Ultimate Speaker Competition, Philadelphia, Baltimore birthdays, New Jersey transit experiences, Bible Museum, and BNIs. Oh my.
And that was just in the last 24 hours.
Okay, so the Ultimate Speaker Competition is what brought me out. Ken he's a photographer, he's a celebrity photographer, so he goes there and he always does the Ultimate Speaker photography. He takes all these amazing shots of all these up and coming and seasoned speakers, and he's like, Michelle, it's your 1 year anniversary. You should be there. And I went, 1 year anniversary? Holy smokes, it's been 1 year since I won the Ultimate Speaker Competition. Now, the important thing about that is what amazing wonderfulness did I meet at the Ultimate Speaker Competition.
And thanks to Mr. Christoph for his magnetic heart. He brings the best people together. So we met because of the Ultimate Speaker Competition in Orlando. And Christoph has this magic, not just with attracting people that have big hearts and are playing super big in the world, but he has the ability to almost take like the risk. Remember the game Risk where you could do conquest? Mm-hmm. He has the ability to take a city like Philadelphia and have it expand 45 minutes more north than you geographically could anticipate.
Be nice.
That was nice. I mean, that's an ability.
Yeah, that's a good ability. Okay, here's the thing. I am from the Philippines via Omaha, via Georgia into Colorado. None of these places have transit systems. And when I looked at the Northeast, yes, I'm a very intelligent woman. When I looked at the Northeast, it's this big, really small. So when I looked at the address, I told my agent I want to go to Philly.
Well, and that's where the event was. But somehow it expanded.
The hotel wasn't.
So we were illegal for multiple rides on trains where the conductors were very kind.
They were very kind.
They said, you are very dumb and you may stay on the bus.
But basically, I was like, I'm on what? I'm supposed to be, you're not in the right state, lady. Don't let me go. I want to stay on. But anyway, so.
All's well as well when you're looking like you need help.
Yeah, not looking. I needed help. Thank goodness Ken was there because I was afraid because, the big scary city. Anyways, the Ultimate Speaker Competition was held in Philly.
But we did do our VIP day in
Well, we're going to get to that. We're going to
Okay,
get to
I
that
just want to
next.
make sure
It's right there, Philadelphia.
I just wanted to make sure they don't get too scared.
The Ultimate Speaker Competition, and we had some amazing speakers come through, and they rocked that stage.
Yes,
and
they did.
The final winner was Mel
E.B.
I'll tag her in this show. And then the runner-up was Champ I Am.
Champ I Am. I know, isn't it? I mean, they could create a new duo. I mean, that could be a music group. I felt like the Spice Girls would hear about this and want to resurge.
Anyways, phenomenal. Should go to the website, actually go to the YouTube page and look up what they're going to put up the speeches up there, and you'll see what happened. They were live streaming too. So there's video out there so you can catch all of that. But Philadelphia, freedom.
Elton John, you made us proud.
Yes.
Hey, you know, I'm looking at this great background, and it just reminds me of the Tears for Fears first album.
Oh, do you want me to do it? Shout.
That's the second album. That's the second album?
I don't know. Let it all out.
Okay. Good job. So Philadelphia was your first time.
First time in Philadelphia Freedom, and we got to see the Liberty Bell, and we went to the Ben Franklin Museum, and I took a picture with Ben. It was awesome.
You did.
But what else did we do? We did so much.
You ran up some stairs.
I ran upstairs with
Rocky.
my European heels, thank you very much, and a dress. And I was number 3 up the stairs. I was impressed with myself. And then Ken realized he should be taking pictures. He should probably be up there and take pictures as people come down. Poor guy ran up, and I think someone poured a bucket of water on top of him because it was really, really hot.
Yeah, I was drenched.
So,
Yeah.
What else?
Philly has some heat. So we had a nice VIP dinner that night, and then the next day we commenced with the USC. I mean, it's so cool that you meet these people and they come from all over the place, and you create friendships, real friendships there.
Really deep, because we learn stories. You know, the power of story is incredible. You get deep into someone else's, their why, and what drives them and why they do what they do. And that's why that room bonds so quickly, is because we don't say, hi, I'm an accountant.
Right.
I like to balance books. It's things like, my heart was wrenched when I saw this happen, and therefore I've sworn to my life and to my future that I will have this legacy set. And when you learn that kind of thing about people, even in a competition room like that, it gets deep and it gets tight very quickly. We bonded.
They're purpose-driven dreamers.
Yes.
With a perspective on how precious life is. That's probably a good way.
That's a very good way. Now, that night, it sounds like something from a movie, right?
We hopped from New Philly and past regular Philly
into
to Baltimore, one station before BWI, where we were supposed to. I mean, it was so funny. Our tickets showed.
Anyways, went to a birthday party.
The Inn at the Colonnade. The Inn at the Colonnade in Baltimore, near Johns Hopkins, and Drew Van Landingham of Van Landingham Designs turned the big 40. And boy, did he go all out. Just the spectacle of the balloons and the artwork of the balloons, the gigantic sculpture of the balloons. It was quite a spectacle. And we did post the photos. So they are on at least my page. Did you grab any of them?
Oh, heck yeah, I put them on my page. The thing is he turned 40, but I swear that boy, he looks 25. You would never expect him to be 40, but he can throw a party.
Yeah,
if you ever need someone to throw a party or design something, that's him.
And you know what I love about him is he has fun all the time doing his job. He's one of those guys that says, I don't work a day in my life because I'm having fun designing events. And you don't know this, but I can tell you that the people that were at that event are lifelong friends of his. I mean, when he got into Baltimore, some of those friendships are 20 years old. I mean, I'm just.
We walked in and people were saying hi to Ken. I'm like, how do they all know you? I know you. Yeah, who are you with? Do you know him? I do. No, I know that guy with the camera. They do. Oh, Ken.
Yeah, it was great people. And I think the best part of it is we met a guy named Larry Steinhaus, who is the jacket connoisseur of connoisseurs.
Oh, my goodness,
and
yes.
we go to this event with Drew, and it is jacket down, man.
It is.
If you don't have a jacket.
Larry should have been with us.
Yeah, if you don't have a jacket with bling and crazy, modern art, you are probably not at the right event. There was every jacket. I mean, I remember that one jacket you were going.
No, I kept touching
purring.
it. I was like, it looks like fish scales, and it changes colors when you. Oh my goodness, I was nuts for that jacket.
Yeah, but he was purring too, because he says he wears that jacket just so all the women will go.
Yes, he did, and then that's when I stopped touching it. When he was gay, I was touching it. When I found out he wasn't gay, I stopped touching it. Anyways, hi Cammy, hi Gabriel, hi Christoph, and hi Eric, Sir Eric. But really, the ultimate speaker, thank you, Christoph, for bringing just amazing people together. And there's always such synergy there, and we thank you for what you do. Now, you too, Mr. Sir Eric. Yes. Now,
Sir Eric,
what else did we do at the birthday party? And then we rushed back to New Philly.
New Philly.
And then what happened in New Jersey?
I think.
Are you still sleeping?
No, I think you went back to Baltimore actually to meet Dr. Maureen. That's what it was.
Oh, I did. But
Yeah.
we did do the ultimate speaker. We danced and we sang and all this stuff. And we had an amazing time with all the speakers and the big winners. We already announced them, so I'll tag them later. And then after New Jersey, I learned how to take a train all by myself
For 2 hours with no power.
Yeah. No one tells you that kind of stuff about trains, but they actually took me on the train. Okay. And then when it hit DC, they said, we're leaving the train. It's rehooking. The power will be off for 2 hours. Please remain in your seats. I was the only one in that cart. And then all the power went poof.
Which is the reason I won a free trip to Virginia to pick you up to bring you all the way back to Baltimore.
I sat on a dark train with no internet, no anything. I'm like, are they coming back?
Yeah, I think that's a one-time deal, and you just happen to be on the wrong train, wrong time.
No, it was quite the experience. It was really scary. If you've ever
No, I
seen a
don't think it
show,
happens often.
okay, because if you ever see, they actually shifted to a old style. No, the old style train.
Yeah, choo-choo train.
Yeah, a real train. Choo-choo. Anyways, diesel. Something like that. Anyways, what I was trying to tell you about this was that here I was on this dark train all by myself. And I learned about trains and that I can be alone in the dark in the scary place with people with graffiti outside without freaking out.
And you made it.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And then I get to Virginia, Alexandria, to meet Dr. Maureen Albert McIntosh.
Old town, beautiful old town in Alexandria.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Maureen has a woman empowerment group, and she's just a spark of energy. She's so quiet, so sweet, and just this powerhouse of a woman. One day you will meet her on my other show, Mental Shift, because she will be there. And what else?
I don't think you need to brag about that. Okay. I think your other show is going to be fine for her, right? Anyway, she's fantastic. She brought you to the Bible Museum. Tell us about the Bible Museum.
Oh my gosh, the Bible Museum. I didn't even know it existed. Did you know that there's a Bible Museum in DC?
Humongous.
It's huge. It's like 6 floors. And
it's heavenly.
It is quite heavenly, actually. And they have good food on the top floor. But what I wanted to go there for, once I found out it was there, was the Shroud of Turin.
Wow. Do tell.
Do you know what that is? Do you know what the Shroud of Turin is?
And it's not a vegan dish.
It is not a vegan dish. It is the shroud that is believed to have covered Christ when they buried him.
Right.
And it has the impression of his face and his body and his bloody hands. I mean, it's really amazing. So what they did is they would put the body down, and then they wrap the cloth over him. So there's a back impression and a top impression, and it's from the radioactive things that come off of our bodies when we die, when we decompose, basically.
Good science.
Yeah.
And so the Bible Museum, I have been to it, and
yes, David,
it's so immense because it gives the complete history of every single perspective of the Bible. And so you walk into these rooms and you get that whole
you should have come
experience.
Because Dr. Maureen said that there were new floors and new exhibits. So one of the ones that I got completely distracted in was because there are all of the scrolls. They had the Dead Sea Scrolls. I mean, it was amazing. And all the different Bibles.
Create an Amplifluence event that includes that?
Why not? We are because the history of just writing in general, we will build something around that for Amplifluence, because Ben Franklin and that Bible Museum, to see all the different languages. And they had a room where they showed all the Bibles and all the different languages it's translated into. And it was a phenomenal experience.
Well, there's something called Art Tech House, which is an amazing technological experience. You go into rooms and you are tripping out. I mean, you do not need to do any type of exactly. So you're good to go. Every single room is like a photographic journey of, if you're taking pictures, you're like putting the best postings up. Go to the Bible Museum.
We're gonna make a trip. We're gonna make a whole
the
event around it.
Holocaust.
I wanted to go there, but I didn't know if I could really
The
handle the
African
crying.
Museum.
The African American Museum is booked out.
And then go to the Library of Congress again.
All I know is when I was in the Bible Museum in the main atrium, for any of you who have seen the cartoon by Moses, there can be miracles if you believe. It was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm distracted.
Did you take a lot of pictures?
I took a bazillion pictures.
And they're posted?
Not yet.
Okay, because I didn't see them. Okay.
Yeah, I posted some, but I didn't post them all because there's something about being in that room that the last thing I wanted to do was pick out my camera. I wanted to just kind of be immersed in it. And something, if you do go to the Bible Museum, something I did not realize is they have these big metal sheets with, it looks like punch holes of persimmon trees. And Dr. Maureen says, look closer. So I go up and I look closer. Every dot, their names written. It's their engraved names of everyone who's ever donated to create that museum. And she says, look on the bottom leaf.
And how
it
about
was
the
her
ceilings?
name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The bottom leaf?
The bottom leaf in one of the things was her name. It was like, oh my gosh, that's really cool.
That is really cool.
But they put in Maureen McIntosh instead of Maureen Alberts McIntosh.
Huh.
So she even has a spelling error, which makes it even more special in my world.
Well, the ceilings.
Well, that's ceilings.
You look at the
they changed. The paintings and the ceilings
changed.
alter. So I took a panoramic of it, hoping to catch it, but it kept changing midway. So it's something you just need to walk in.
Well,
and
you just
see.
fisheye it every time it changes.
Some of us has a fisheye, some of us don't.
I will be with everyone that goes to the Bible Museum to do the fisheye.
It was phenomenal.
Really
so, no, the Art Tech House in DC.
Yeah, there's Art Tech houses in a lot of places in the world. This one in DC is one of the first ones, I think. One of them.
Yes. And then I also went to National Harbor.
You did, and you went and got fish.
Not just any fish. The whole fish presentation. I posted it because that was one really cool looking fish. And then I had a drink called Jade, which I could not drink because it was so strong. And when I asked them for more pineapple juice, they laughed at me and they said, you want us to take the alcohol out of your drink? I said, can you give me pineapple juice, a little bit of Midori? And they did. Why would you want to drink like that?
Midori is good.
I love Midori, but it was like, I couldn't drink it. Anyways, they giggled. They gave me a bigger glass. I put more pineapple juice in. Anyways.
So today we went to BNI thanks to Dr. Maureen. No, thanks to...
Well, actually, first to Dr. Maureen, because Dr. Maureen is the one who invited us. But it was like give a mouse a cookie. I was invited by Dr. Maureen. Ken was invited by me. Then Ken invited Lee from Ultimate Speaker Competition.
Lee
Grigsby. Now, I was invited by Dr. Maureen because I was staying at Dr. Maureen's house. Dr. Maureen was invited by...
Davina
Alcazar, yes. Yeah. And when we get there, we find out that Davina is a Filipina and she's also a breast cancer survivor. And we clicked.
You guys were singing?
We were.
That BNI had never experienced so much music.
Put me in the room. That's how it happens. Hi, Aaron. But anyways, we just wanted to fill you in real quick because we weren't here this morning for our podcast because I was running around in another state, which I thought was only 10 minutes from Ken.
The other reason we're reconning all these experiences because we want to go to Africa. We want to go. We're
going to Africa. Well, mark your calendars in June or July. We are going to Kenya, Tanzania, and something else.
Victoria Falls.
Victoria Falls.
And then we're going to do an Asian trip.
We're going to the Philippines.
Well, that's part of it. And then there's Taj Mahal.
Oh, no, that's the Indian side.
That's the Indian side. And Nepal and Burma.
Yeah.
Cool places like that. And get some cow sway.
Okay, I used to like, what was that?
Tom Kha Gai.
Tom Kha Gai.
Tom Kha Gai.
And now I'm addicted to cow sway.
Sir Eric, say Tom Kha Gai. Tom Kha Gai.
Sir Eric, Tom Kha Gai. Michelle loves Tom Kha Gai.
But now you like cow sway.
Cow sway. But anyways, I keep saying but anyways. We have had such a blast. And for those of you who are authors, coaches, and speakers, track Amplifluence. You want to come with us because we are planning much larger trips. And what better than a coach and a speaker and an author who says, well, I travel the world. You have no pictures of you traveling the world? Or we'll help you make that happen. because Ken, his infinite wisdom, and as he glows, see, he's glowing now. I'm fading into the background, and he's glowing. It's pretty funny.
It's going to be more bigger than.
More bigger than?
That's
more bigger than? Says the publisher, more bigger than. But that's what's coming. We have made partnerships and connections with people who are helping us get to bigger.
It's almost like a United Nations of social proof.
Oh, I like that. United Nations of social proof. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being just awesome. Go out there, be the best version of you, be unapologetic, amplify yourself, and amplify your friends. Come together. Let's come together to Amplifluence.
Yeah, and if you have anything going on in your town that deserves to be amplified, and you have powerful women, powerful men that are sharing their heart and what they want to do in the world, we'd certainly like to be a part of making that a bigger statement.
Anyways.
Furthermore.
Therefore, it has come to my attention that we are going to get off of the air because someone wants to do the shortest podcast ever.
We want to try and go for it. So
no try.
There's no try. There's only do or die.
I don't want to die. You can just do. How about that?
So a lot of you that are still listening right now, you're probably wondering why we called you here today. It's because we've been hearing a lot of good reports about not only your behavior, but you're doing big things in the world. We just want to thank you.
Ooh, there, thumbs up. We're proud of you. We're proud of you. Keep doing
Everyone
things.
Give yourself a 10% tip extra.
And then tap yourself. And I want to give him a pat on the back because he did not tell me he was 2 hours away from me when I asked him to pick me up. I said,
only with traffic.
I don't want to take the train. Just pick me up in Alexander.
I said, as long as we can do it during the traffic time.
I'm from Colorado.
It was so funny after an hour and a half or 2 hours, you were like, this is really a long way. And I go, yep.
Hi, Marilyn. Thanks for joining. Hi, Ann.
Hi,
yes,
Ann.
I had no idea the cons. I have no concept of this much traffic and how far apart that itty bitty part of the Northeast is because I would have never asked him to pick me up. I would have taken the train. I was brave once. I could be brave again and take the train. But he's a good friend and he picked me up. And
well, it reminds me of my book I wrote. The 10th book I wrote was called Quick Solutions to World Problems. And anyone listening today, I'll make a link so you can download it and read it. It's something that for even non-readers, you can brag to the world, hey, I just finished this book today, and it takes about 5 minutes to read. So it takes on 3 serious problems in the world: addiction, discrimination, and traffic. Addiction, discrimination, traffic. And
not people addicted to discrimination of traffic.
No, it's not a threefer. Okay. So the discrimination part, though, I write in the back of the book that the only reason that we discriminate is because we don't appreciate differences.
Oh.
And because we don't appreciate differences, we have battles, wars, conflicts, bullying, just all kinds of horrible stuff. And if we continue this way, obviously our race as a whole will actually kill itself. So I put the solution to discrimination, well, addiction first, discrimination, and traffic as the page turner, because it's only a 2-page book.
You're kidding.
It's a 2-page book. So the second page says, the solution to addiction is just stop it. And I have to thank Bob Newhart. He was the catalyst for at least getting the book started. And then discrimination, the solution for discrimination is just accept people.
Mm-hmm.
And the solution for traffic is just go. And I don't understand it, but we try and get 100,000 cars on the Beltway, and they just will not go. They just sit there. And if we all just went, it would actually move.
Hey, Brian's on. Hi,
Brian.
You might have to pick me to the airport tomorrow, just FYI.
Hey, Brian, he's saying hi to Ann. Ann, just so you know, Brian just said hello to you.
Anyways, I'm hoping not to have anyone else have to pick me up in 2-hour traffic because that's not what I meant to do. But I love how we're feeding.
I want to turn this up so that it's actually bright red and my pupils are down to the size of a kitty right now.
It is so hot out here, and I told Ken, I know you just dropped me off at the airport at my hotel. Can you please get me ice cream?
No, but what is that video with the bobbing heads? I mean, we're at a point right now where there's just 2 heads. I think it's Talking Heads. I think it is, or it might be Devo. It might be Devo.
Talk About.
No, it's Whip It.
No, it's Talk About.
Oh, Talk About. Is it?
pop music.
Oh, pop music. Do you think that was the one with the
pop music? Yeah, because they just come in with heads. Pop,
okay,
pop music.
got it. All right, cool. All right, so we'll get those links on the show too, because everyone needs to revitalize these songs. They have to become hits again. Maybe not. You're like,
Were they ever
no.
hits? Anyways,
these were hits.
That was a hit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I will
Pop music. You know who that's by? It starts with the first letter of your name.
Men at Work.
No, it just starts with the first letter of your name.
Marilyn Manson.
It just starts with the first letter of your name.
Bop.
What's the first letter of your name?
M.
That's the name of the group. M.
Oh, really?
Came out in 1979, yeah.
Didn't know that.
Pop music.
Pop
New
music.
York, London, Paris, Munich. Everybody talk about
Pop music.
And see, there's the click.
Mm.
Pop music, because they're saying their full group name.
Okay.
I would show you on Google, but you can always see later.
We will tag the two winners of the Ultimate Speaker Competition. And Christoph, hi again. And what else? Oh, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh, Christoph has another event, another USC event coming up. I think it's September. No, it's October. Is it October? It's September 11th, 12th, 13th, New Orleans. Is that correct? Did I get it right?
I have no idea.
I think it's September 11th, 12th, and 13th, New Orleans. We will put a link to the new Ultimate Speaker Competition. Anne, who is at the Ultimate Speaker Competition, Brian, who is at the Ultimate Speaker Competition, and so many others will validate that is a very important experience.
Well, David was there. Tammy was there too.
Yes. I mean, it's practically the...
I think I'm coming to the New Orleans. I might actually detour off of one of my conferences. I just might do that. You know why? Because Anne owes me a roller coaster ride with her. And we will find a roller coaster in New Orleans, even if we have to invent one ourselves and have a couple of drinks on Bourbon Street and just do wee as we go down the street. We might have to just do that just because it's your birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, what was I looking for?
You were looking for something very important, if I recall.
I was. Well, what I wanted to let you know is one of my books from the 13 Steps to Riches just came out today, and it is sitting on Amazon. It's already hit #1. So go look at 13 Steps to Riches and the new book, and I think it's called, it's the number 7 book called Decision. What is that?
That is M, pop music.
Oh.
And I think we're only allowed to play one.
I think we're distracted.
No, but we're going to do 8 seconds, right?
Turn it off, quick! They're gonna ban us.
Stop.
Okay. Now he's all into the music thing. Thank you so much, Cammie. I'm so glad I got to meet you in person. So yes, #1 bestseller again. This book is called 13 Steps to Riches, #7, Decision.
It just keeps happening over and over again.
Because
almost makes me wish I was part of it.
I wish you were.
Maybe I can go on the tour. The 13 Riches tour.
Ooh, Sir Eric, we need to work on that. We have our next book coming out too, though. So anyways, we'll talk about that. Yes, there's that anyways. Furthermore, therefore, it is important to us, an imperative that Michelle gets ice cream somewhere in this incredibly hot town before I get left here.
We are actually very close to the #1 tourist attraction of Maryland.
Can I walk there?
It is Live Casino. Yeah, Live Casino.
I don't want to go to a casino.
But I'm just saying that's #1 attraction. Okay, well, it was really good to make this update.
I'm so glad. You know what? The one person who reminded us to have a podcast today isn't on.
Katie Brooks. But she will listen to it.
Katie's pretty awesome.
She actually has a book coming out.
Really?
Yeah, it's called the Amplifluence Radio Show. I think she's taking this all and transcribing it.
Really? She's doing it? Oh, surprise!
Surprise.
Well, we are going to get off the air,
yeah.
And then we're going to come back on to see if we can do the shortest podcast ever. So if you want to
This
join us there,
yeah.
I will bring this up in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is the time. We've made 4 attempts, right?
Yeah, it's really difficult for people who like to talk a lot.
This time I'm not going to talk much.
I can't even get off the line now. And I'm
okay, furthermore, we'll see you in about a minute or two. We're going to go for it. This is the Olympics of the Guinness World Book of Records of the shortest show.
And I'm just glad to be going home in the near future.
Oh, by the way, Southwest flies to Reagan Airport.
Yes, I learned that the hard way because that's where I should be today. TTFN, see you in like 2 minutes if you want to join us. Hey, wow.
I'm not used to this backwards.
I know it's backwards. Bye, everyone. My name is Michelle Maras. Oh, Dr. Michelle Maras, and you are?
And I'm Dr. Smiley.
We are Amplifluence, and hope you find us. Where is it? Right there.
There you go.
Did that work? Did it work? Okay. Amplifluence.com, and it will tell you where we're going next. And if you'd like us to come to your city, there's a little button that says, I want you to come to our city. Click it and let us know, and we'll work on
What
something.
a great button.
I love that button. Have a good one. Talk to you in about 3 minutes because we're going to do a 1 minute
Less
podcast.
than 1 minute. It'll be less than
One
1 minute.
less.
We're going to
less
do it this time.
Okay, we're doing it. What'd you do?